Wine got the recipe.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to introduce you to how I feel.
All I heard was someone vibrating on my ass.
So I had blocked dude from whatchamacallit,
What you
and he's calling now from a different number.
do? You block somebody and they calling for a different number? What dude is it?
Huh? The one that I. Huh? No,
Who?
the other one,
Oh,
the Puerto Rican one.
and he's calling?
Yes.
That's weird.
Right, because he came not into Tampa, he came into Orlando a couple weeks ago. And they're going to call me. I guess he thought I was going to drive down there.
You
No,
block somebody and
dude.
call you from a different number. That's weird.
Like, I'm not doing that with you.
Not you going
So I
to
blocked
any
him.
contact with me. That's strange.
I don't have time for that. When people realize I don't have time for your bullshit, I will block you completely.
Yeah, but then people go and get another number. Like, what is it, a real number they calling you from or a fake number?
No, it's a real but I don't know whose number it is. I know it's from his area code.
That's weird. It's
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
that's, yeah.
Ooh. How about
Who else is
kill-
it gonna be?
Kill your ass. That's weird.
If it's Ashley, my friend Ashley from VA,
Her name
she
is
would
Karen.
not only that, she'll inbox me or something like, bitch,
Girl,
call
I
me,
got
whatever.
Or I got a new number.
Yeah,
That's weird.
right.
I'll text you or something. Excuse me.
Like, mm-mm.
What you got?
Alrighty, guys. So
Who done wrote something?
tonight's letter, it's a good letter. It's something different that I think we may have talked about before in the past about financials when you're married and stuff like that. Financial situations. Have we ever talked about that?
I think me and you just talk about it all the time, just an ass.
Yeah, but yeah, so we do have a letter, and it says that we have been in a relationship for about 8 years, have had a great relationship, and we got married a year and a half ago. Other than this issue financially, our marriage has gone swimmingly so far.
That just meant
And we could have
seemingly.
been,
She said swimmingly.
right? Isn't that what it says?
That's what it says. But
Has gone swimmingly so far
One of those.
and couldn't be happier. Swimmingly, who says that?
I don't know, huh? But okay.
All right. Actually, I'm not even sure if this is an issue. I spoke to a few close friends, married sisters, and they do feel that it's odd. He has never provided a reason, just gets a bit uncomfortable, shrugs it off, ignores it, and says it's not necessary.
What's she talking about?
So what she's talking about, we're gonna find out some facts. Again, has to do with financial situations.
Okay, I'm like, not you. I'm like, just get to the point,
Yeah.
girl.
So here goes some facts. She said neither of us have a history of abusing money, spending beyond our means, or an unreasonable amount of debt. A bit of student loans, which is normal.
A bit. You got student loans. Just say it.
Right, you got student loans, not a bit. We make around the same salary per year. Last year I made about $3,000 more than him. Now he got promoted and makes about $4,000 more than me. He pays the car insurance, his cell phone, cable, and internet bill. I pay for groceries, my phone bill, house items, etc. Then there's a whole lot of miscellaneous things that we both pay for. The part that bothers me, and this is what you were asking, is when we go out, say for the movies or to dinner, there's always a moment of hesitation as to who's going to pay on his part. Like a few times he said, maybe you should pay this time. And I immediately would say, it's the same money, it doesn't matter, sure. And we'll pay for it. I find it strange since we're married. In my mind, it's the same money. I do pay for things that are his cost because my mentality is that it's coming from the same family pot. I have approached him about this several times and he gets very frustrated and says, not now, like he's very stressed. It's extremely difficult to bring this up to him. So, spilling the wine, Is it fairly normal for married couples to keep their finances completely separate? So what she's pissed off about is that they have separate accounts. They don't have a joint bank account.
No, that's not true.
What?
It sounds like they have the same account. The problem is he got his own account. There's a difference. Me and you can have an account together, right? Or you could think we have an account together, but I'm gonna have a separate account. Where's this man's money going?
It's not where's his money going. It's just that I sort of agree with him in a way. Like, first of all, we should only have a joint account because we're living in the same house,
Well,
so we have to pay the bills like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm gonna put my other money in my own bank account. I don't need the same bank account with you.
Okay, so he's doing it. He's doing that. But I guarantee you, she put all her money in that one account.
She probably is.
She's. But I think this is
as what she said, the family pot.
Yeah.
No, I mean you guys don't even have kids because she didn't even mention anything about kids.
This is just me. I've learned. I always feel like when you're married, I would think this is how I want to be when I'm married. We would have an account where we put money into, and because I'm a man, I feel like we would put money into an account for bills, right?
Right.
And then we would have an account that would, because I would think if it's somebody I'm used to, if it's somebody I think I would marry, we're going to have a type of the income together, each of us, where we would have an account for bills, we would have an account for like pleasure, and then we would have, pleasure I mean like, you know,
trips, vacations, stuff like that.
Stuff like that. Or just maybe we out shopping or whatever.
Right.
Buy the couch out of the pleasure account. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we have our own accounts. You know?
Yeah.
But I definitely, like, she knows, clearly she knows his income. But
right, because she was making more than him. Now that he got his promotion, he's making more than her.
Yeah, but it ain't, I mean, I'm just saying, she made it sound like it was like 40 grand. Okay, baby. But,
right.
But I think that's how married couples should be.
Right.
And you know how married couples, like, what's your finances and mine are mine. I don't know how much you make, you don't know how much I make, stuff like that. I think that's some bullshit.
Yeah, I think we should both know how much one another makes. But at the same time, I mean, I don't see nothing wrong.
I want to know where your money is
with
going.
I mean, but do you see something wrong with the joint account?
For bills, perfect. But if
joint account, period. Like, let's say
just one account,
if somebody says like
one account and all of our all of our money goes to one account, like every single dime of it.
Everything.
That's bullshit.
Can't you want to get one whole account?
Yeah, no, because one person is buying one steak and the other buying two. No. That's some bullshit. People do stuff like that.
They do.
I know like people who are like, I know a couple of my guys who like get a girlfriend or a fiance or hell even a wife and they add her to their accounts. Yeah. That is stupid. Of course that bitch don't mind.
Right.
She on his account.
Yeah.
Especially
but
if
that
he
was
makes
what I had to
double
do.
what
One time I was dating this dude and we got a joint bank account together. I would never do that shit again. I would never do that again. I don't care how.
Dating?
Yeah.
And y'all he put you on his account or you put him on yours?
I suggested it that we went together. Only reason why I had did that though was because
Am I the Twilight Zone?
you're not in the Twilight. I'm just a fucking retard because I'm paying for this shit now with my credit.
You were young, right? Please tell me you were young. No, you young now.
It wasn't now.
You were younger. Please tell me you were younger.
I was still in my 30s.
I always had a flashback or something to throw. Don't do it. You're joking.
I know I'm an ass. I don't care.
You're crazy.
Because I already went through that, so I'm not gonna go through that shit again. Like I've learned, trust me. When I tell you that this dude really fucked my credit up.
And fuck you clearly.
Yes, he really did.
I'm good to let you put him on your damn account.
He really did, but I only did that because I had, I didn't want him I didn't want Mookie to see like, oh wow, my mom always pays for our dinners every time we go out. So I wanted him to feel more like a man. If that makes sense.
It is not too many things in my life that makes my mouth just drop. You have lost your mind. Or you lost it then.
I have lost it then, but I won't do that shit again. I know that.
To make somebody else feel like more of a man.
Mm-hmm. Because I didn't want my son to
Not you cash
constantly
apping under the table. Not you cash apping under the table.
Yeah.
That is some shit to me.
That is.
I tell you one thing.
Yeah.
How do I put it? I'm at a point where I feel like, okay, you know, I was thinking, if I'm with somebody or like dating somebody, our finances are going to be right together.
Right.
And honestly, now that I'm a lot old, you know, now I'm getting older, I would date somebody who does not have or makes the same type of income I make.
I wouldn't do that shit no more.
I will, but I tell you one thing: when I'm done with you in a couple, like not done with you, but in a couple months, your ass gonna be where we need you to be.
Yeah. And that right there, that
But you
relationship
ain't
was
going
so
uptown.
draining.
Yeah. But let me tell you one thing.
Where
But
sorry.
We're not going
That's
out
why
on
now
Saturday,
I
vacations
say,
and stuff. If you want to go to the resort with me, you save.
right.
And how about this?
But now,
I'm still go.
that's why, like, I asked you before, is it bad that if I, go do like a whole credit check on somebody, like,
That's too
like,
far, unless you're like
fill out a whole damn application?
unless you're like serious about like marrying somebody. Now, if I'm marrying somebody,
Just even to be in a relationship, like, because I don't want to be traumatized by that shit. Like that, it was really draining.
Like if I get into a serious, but I've always known this stuff too. Every person I've been in a serious relationship with, I know their credit score, I know their income, and I have verified these things with them.
Yeah.
Not like oh I didn't see.
Well, see that, like,
Just
okay,
over
what is
time,
your credit score?
Like over time, I have.
What is your, what is it that you do for employment? How much money you like? Is that bad to ask for?
It's not bad because I feel like okay in your 20s and things like that, it does not really matter to me. This is my mentality.
It should though.
But when I getting close,
it should though.
When I started getting close to 30 and like got serious, not serious, but like more like I know where I want my life to be.
Yeah.
Especially whoever I'm with, I know where I want us to be and the things I like and want to do. I'm going to ask you what your credit score is.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see what the hell you did. I'm going to look. Call me materialistic. I'm going to look at the things.
But it's not materialistic though. It's because you just don't want to get burned. You don't want to end up with situations like that. Like,
FOGO, I want to make sure your card don't get declined.
Right.
And I want to make sure I'm not always paying for FOGO.
Right. Exactly.
And I don't want you to pay for FOGO and then your ass got to ask me for $5 for gas tomorrow.
Like in her situation, if we were to go out on a date, hey babe, let's go out on a date. If I ask you,
need to
I'm paying it.
Thank you.
That's it.
Like
not where like she probably feels like, oh well, because we're going to the movies, he's the man, he has to pay. It's the same account. Da da da. It doesn't matter. No. Sometimes just let him feel appreciated.
And even if
my baby taking me out on a date, she paying for it.
Even if it's the same account, how about this? Pay out of that secret account your ass got.
Right.
Don't treat me out of our account.
Right. Because that's just supposed to be for bills, which I know a lot of married couples that have that. They have a joint account strictly for the bills in the house. All right, this is the bill account.
Yeah. Now,
this is my separate. This is your separate.
I'm not a controlling person. Nobody's gonna control me. But if I'm in a relationship with somebody, and if I'm married to somebody, I would hopefully make sure I don't spend my money crazy anyway.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure they aren't just out here spending their money crazy. Their separate money on stupid shit. That ain't gonna work either.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you ain't want to go spend your money to paint the house pink. I'm just using myself for stupid shit. Just stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not gonna go out and be buying $500, $600, $1,000 Gucci belts. Shit like that.
Right. You're not gonna go buy a PlayStation 5 when you need other shit worked on.
You're messy, but I understand what you're saying.
Right.
A real spouse would be like, that makes no sense.
Right.
But I'm also the type of person to do what you need to do, and I'm surprised you're asking about you that PS5.
Right.
I'm that type of person.
Exactly. Take care of your business, and I will show you how much I appreciate
and I'm
what you're doing.
Tell you,
right.
I'm the type of person I want who I'm with to be the absolute best. Not for me, for them.
Yeah.
So I literally wouldn't even mention it. I would be like, okay, well, they did what they were supposed to do, and not like they're a child, but
like reward.
you would come home and PS5 right there, the goddamn
right. Yeah.
That's just the type of person.
But that's how a marriage should be.
And I would buy it out of my personal separate account.
Yeah.
But she seems like she just want to have one goddamn account. Not control, but just one account. No,
I don't know. I kind of see it as control because it doesn't matter if he has another account. The bills are getting paid in the house. It doesn't. Like, why are you trying to be so controlling over every piece of dime that comes in there?
I feel like this. If y'all are married and you want to stay married, just however it's working, let it work. But first of all, so you know how, and I want to dab into this real quick. A lot of women, or women that I know, like family, just women in my family, they like take care of the finances. I don't personally like that. But women typically, I heard, are better with finances, and so it comes to something that they want.
Yeah.
Men are the same way. I'm not talking about women in general. I'm talking about the ones I know. That's a controlling trait to me. Y'all want a man, but you want to control that man's. You know, like they be like, oh, he might do this, do that, but he bring his check home every week.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think shit like that is crazy, and I be thinking, because I know some men who take their paycheck home to their wife every week. That's a bitch to me. That's a bitch.
Yeah.
That's a whole bitch. I never in this world. My ex, I know what he makes.
Yeah.
But don't you ever bring your check home to me.
Right.
That's crazy.
No,
First of all,
I mean, just whatever money, like, whatever bills that need to be paid, you're part of the bills,
and
that's what you pay.
Even if this person, for instance, I only make 6 figures. This bitch made 7 figures. But I tell you one thing, we still gonna split our bills down the middle. Exactly.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how marriage should be.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this though. Yeah. Do you think that maybe he's been burnt and he doesn't want a joint account?
It ain't about being burnt. I think he just ain't being no bitch like she want him to be.
So let me ask you this. Would you be upset, and this is probably going like off the wall, but would you be upset if you had a joint account with one of your like exes, but like boyfriend at that time or whatever, and they like withdrew all the money out of that account, that one account that you and him both had, where all the money was going to?
Would I be upset?
Hell yeah.
I'd be crying.
They withdrew it and got a business? I
would be not devastated, but because I've never been in jail before, I would cry.
You're going to jail. Maybe that's why he doesn't want to do it. Maybe he has trust issues when it comes to that.
I would have changed all that shit. He wouldn't even know. He go withdraw some shit and they would hit his ass with, "Sir, you're under arrest." Look, you know, are you talking about just people? Or you talking about me? Mm-hmm. You know I ain't about my funds and my business. I'm
just saying, maybe that's why he doesn't want to have an account.
Not stupid, but you talking about if I was just like a normal person who don't think shit through? You talking about like that? Because you know how I am.
Yeah.
Because you get fucked. I'm not trying to, you know, I always tell people now, I don't think I'm the baddest person in the land. You know that person think they can whip everybody? I ain't that person. But I would think anybody who dates me wouldn't even, I feel like they would jump up in the bed thinking some shit like that. Be like, oh, the fuck no.
I can say right now, crazy.
There's a couple things I don't play with.
Crazy your ass is.
There's 4 things in the world, 3 things in the world I don't play about. No, 4 now.
What are they?
My grave, my brother, my mama, and my money. Mm. So you fuck with them things, but that sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
That sucks. But I would hope, I don't think some shit like that would happen. Not saying, you know, people think nothing can happen to them. It probably could. But if it did happen, I wouldn't be upset because I'm not the type of person. I'd be like, shit, damn.
You wouldn't be upset?
I wouldn't because I'd be like,
I'd be pissed the fuck off. I would be so pissed off if I was with somebody and they went into our savings account, just like this, went into our savings account and took all of our money out.
Let me tell you about
to go start a business.
Let me tell you about me.
Like, and didn't even talk that over with me. Like, what the fuck? How would you feel? Like, that would be some fucked up shit.
How about this? Whatever I have saved, whatever I have saved is what I have saved. Whatever you think we got saved will probably be 1% or what I actually have saved. You would
Right,
know
but
what I
that's
saved.
probably
So
why,
I
again, he
probably wouldn't be
doesn't
upset.
want
I probably wouldn't be upset. You be,
to have
I didn't get
a
upset
fully
because
joint account.
yeah.
Sometimes it's not meant to have a fully joint account. Because
Even if I'm
if
married,
you do,
even if I'm
then
married,
damn, they can always go into your savings account because it's fully jointed and take out that money and do whatever the hell they want with
if
it.
we're married, our savings account is going to make sense. My savings account with my spouse is not going to continue to build and build and build and build. How about this, bitch? How about not you, yeah. How about this? The most our savings account is probably going to have at most, if we're married, is like a year of like what it costs to cover our bills. Honestly, a year. Whatever's in my personal savings account would trump that beyond. Like that don't got no limit. That wouldn't have a limit on how much I put on how much I'm gonna save.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know for a fact if our bills for the year cost 50 whatever grand, that's all that's gonna ever be in that account.
Yeah, but again, what if they take it out?
Then you just fucking take it and take this ass whipping. That's just what it is. Because I wouldn't do some shit like that.
Take
But
it
again,
out and then
but again,
say,
you can't
I
be
open
upset.
up a business, but your name is nowhere on there.
Damn.
But you took half of my money? That's some fucking
It's
shit.
not. It's just okay. You know I'm the type of person like this too. At that point, if you save that type of money with somebody, your ass should be married. First of all, this needs some.
They are
There needs to be
married.
some legal shit.
Yeah.
You know, hold
They
this
are
up.
married,
They're
but
married. But if you do some shit like that,
yeah.
you know, you married the fucking person what you mad about. You
Right.
married that fucked up person who would do some shit to you like that.
Right.
That's why I say people, you know how people like be together for like a couple, like 2-3 years, even a year and get married, even a year, you know, we all get older, a year and get married. Fuck that. I'm gonna see you through a couple situations before
Yeah.
I marry your ass.
But see, that's why I have to get to know somebody before I even get into that relationship status. Because if you don't see things the way I see it,
How about this?
I don't want to be with you. Like, I'm wasting my time. I already did that. Shit, I'm 39. I already did that all of my other years.
Come to this classroom.
I don't have time
You
for
ready
that.
Come to this classroom. Come on.
Like,
Come
if
here.
we're not on the same level,
Yeah.
sorry, dude.
Let me teach
You
you something
get
real
cut off real
But
quick.
let me teach you something real quick. Come on to this classroom.
What class
This classroom
is this?
tells me you're dating somebody and y'all start getting serious, right? So after a couple of months, let's say 9-10 months, y'all start talking about marriage, right? So
That's not gonna happen because they already know I don't want to get married.
well, I'm not talking about just you. I'm talking about people. So how about this? After like
People,
a year,
the
after,
people.
I say after a year, go down to the Wells Fargo. Get you an account with him.
That's what the
Listen
fuck I
now.
did.
No, listen now.
We went to Wells Fargo
Well,
at
y'all,
that joint
but
account.
no, listen to me now. I'm gonna show you.
Sorry, motherfucker. Y'all make sure y'all don't do that shit.
Right. No, go down to the Wells Fargo with your man after you've been with him for a year. Okay? And y'all talk about marriage, it's playing babies and stuff. Listen now.
I was with him for a year, but
I
we
get
weren't
it.
talking about
Now I'm
marriage.
talking about the people, not you.
No, you just make sure he has a job.
Can you listen? Now,
Okay.
you go down to the Wells Fargo, you get an account,
Okay.
you put $500 in, he put $500 in, right? Wait a couple months. Y'all don't you add nothing, and he bet not add nothing.
Or
Okay.
take nothing.
Or take nothing. No,
But that's
no,
hard.
no,
You
no,
can't
no,
do
no,
that.
Listen now. Listen. Don't take nothing and see if the other person takes anything out of it. And if they do, don't mention it. Don't ever mention it. Listen now. Y'all continue talking about marriage and shit. And then one day, y'all are going, because couples argue, you're going to get in an argument. See what that bitch do. If they go take it out or something. That is honestly, you spend $500 going to Miami and on a bullshit
So
trip.
I gotta sit there and wait until he takes all of that money out over a bullshit argument?
Yes. You put up with his bullshit for a year and you didn't even know about it. So yes, $500 is better than you getting married to a fucking person and saving more with their ass and taking more. That's a good test to see how a person is. See what that other person does. If they go through like a rough week and they don't, it tell you, I gotta take from the account. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See how this person, that's what it is. See how this person gonna act with y'all savings account if you were to get married, and it's a lot more than $1,000.
Okay.
Because you only losing out on $500 because they put $500 in.
Right.
But see if they only gonna be like, okay, well I had a rough week this week, I didn't take $250 out of the account. I don't give a fuck because $250 of it is yours. You see what I'm saying? But I want to see if you gonna put that shit back.
Yeah. Okay.
If you start talking marriage with,
saying,
if you start talking marriage with a person, do a little test like that. And there's nothing wrong with a test like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But when y'all get
if
pissed off,
you guys put half and half in there and just keep doing it.
Or let's say y'all break up after a year after you don't open this account and see if they go take something out of the account or even try to take something out of the account. Or if they do, you just dodge the bullet. And you're only losing out on $500 if they take all of it.
If we break up, I'm going there first. I like to withdraw my money out of the account.
But only take your $500.
I am only going to take my part.
But see, if they take out all of it, you dodged a huge fucking bullet.
No, I'm about to go put a bullet in their motherfucking ass because you owe me my motherfucking half of that goddamn money you took out. I don't give a damn if it's $500. I don't care. That's my hard-earning $500 that I put in that damn account. Sorry, I want my shit back. I don't give a fuck.
Take him to small claim court.
I'll take him to Judge Judy.
You know, Judge Judy got a big ass.
Alright,
that's really funny. No, I mean,
I
hate to. I really.
Judge Judy like somebody's grandmama.
No, I don't like her.
I know you don't.
Saying, no, I had saw these pictures of her, and they said we didn't know Judy was sitting on all that big booty, damn Judy.
Big booty Judy,
She got a big ass. But there is no way for me to wrap this letter up.
So this is Judy. Judy here.
All right, Judy.
Judy here.
It really is.
But no, I mean,
if you marry, I'm a very strong believer. I'm a person who people think it's weird to be 30. You've never been married and shit like that before. That's still young.
I don't want to get married, and
I'm a person who I believe in
times.
marriage, but I'm the person. Once we're married, we are not getting divorced.
Yeah.
I'm that person. You know, I do believe in.
I think that's why I'm just so scared to get married because I am like that. Like if we get married, there is no divorcing.
There's no divorcing.
So I want to make sure.
Yeah.
But how do you make sure that
I'd be married somebody and say, okay, you want to divorce? We divorce.
Yeah, but again, you may get married to this person. You may fall head over heels with this person, but then when it comes to some shit like this, what do you do?
I put so many tests in that people will be like, oh, it's just normal fucking day. No, bitch. I'm testing you. If I really like somebody and we're like talking about future and shit, I put your ass to some tests. And
so you don't mind getting a joint account, but just not with all your money going into this one account.
If we're
dating? Just
If we're dating?
No,
if we're married.
Married, yeah.
No, again.
So they've been together for 8 years, got married a year and a half ago.
I'm just saying, for me, the most I would ever do is if I'm married now, is we would have an account for bills. Okay?
The house.
We would put our money in the account for bills. That shit would all be on auto pay. I'm going to make sure nothing bounces, as we like to say. We're going to have an account for pleasure. We would have a savings account with literally at most it would ever build to is a year of our bills.
Yeah.
And then my funds and your funds.
All right, spilling the wine.
Guys, we wanted to come and let y'all know we are not taking a break, but we will be back actually in 2 weeks. Let me tell you why. We are taking y'all to Puerto Rico with us. And we also have some other little things that we're working on, which include, just to tell y'all what we can tell y'all, is upgrading our audio and our video quality as well. So we want to let y'all know, please miss us, but we are coming back. And then also, while we are on our 2-week break, please send us letters to our DM, spilling_the_wine on Instagram. Or if you have our personal Instagrams, which are actually down in the description, send us letters. Mm-hmm. We will not usually.
I took mine out of the description now.
Well,
but I'll go ahead and add it on.
DM me. If you find, DM both of us. And then we'll decide if we can have you.
Yeah.
But comment, please share. Make sure you are subscribed. And we love y'all.
Yes, we love you guys. Yes. We just sort of want to take it to the streets live. Yes. So when we go to Puerto Rico, the PR,
we're taking y'all with us.
We're going to take you guys vlog, with us.
We're vlogging this time.
We are.
We're going to be tipsy.
So we definitely want your feedback. We definitely appreciate your feedback. Just keep giving it to us. Again, letters, just keep them coming in. You know, just make sure those letters are very detailed and
don't use your name.
Yeah, please don't use your name because we're not. Of course, you know this one here loves giving out names to people.
Yes.
But yeah, just give us the time to
But we will
take a
see
little break.
y'all in 2 weeks.
See you guys in 2 weeks.